You're listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Monday the 10th of August, 2026. It is 50 days after the summer solstice. It is 43 days before the autumnal equinox. In today's episode, cicadas, the Declaration of Independence of Quito, the Smithsonian Institution, Ronald Reagan signs the Civil Liberties Act of 1988, Leo Fender, Jimmy Dean, and Prisoners' Justice Day. Today's forecast, increasing clouds, chance of showers and thunderstorms mainly after 5 p.m. High near 92 degrees Fahrenheit, 33.3 Celsius. Light and variable wind becoming southwest 5 to 10 miles per hour in the morning. It will be another very hot day. The sun rises today at 6:01 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 1:01 p.m. The sun sets today at 8 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 8:30 p.m. and nautical twilight ends at 9:06 p.m. The length of daytime today is 2 minutes, 16 seconds, shorter than yesterday. The moon is in its waning crescent phase and is 6% full at midday. The moon rises today at 3:04 a.m. and then it sets at 6:55 p.m. The moon reaches its monthly perigee at 7:18 a.m. today. These are the predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the wee hours, low tide, 2:31 a.m., 6 centimeters. In the morning, high tide, 8:54 a.m., 1 meter 40. In the afternoon, low tide, 2:34 p.m., 15 centimeters. At night, high tide, 9:12 p.m., 1 meter 74. This is the Monday Reservoir Report for New York City. The Delaware Watershed, Cannonsville, 79% full. Papacton, 92%. Neversink, 98%. Rondout, 95%. The Catskill Watershed, Schoharie, 101%. Ashokan, 93%. The Croton System, 102% full. In our shared realm of plants and animals, the drone of the cicadas has just begun, that characteristic sound of late summer. The annual cicadas have emerged, and the males, high up in trees, are shouting out to attract their mates. They don't live long in this final stage of their lives. They barely eat. They sing, mate, and die. But we'll be hearing them through these closing, hot dog days of the waning summer. Commemorations. On this day in 1809, the Declaration of Independence of Quito was issued, proclaiming independence from the Spanish Empire. 24 days later, the Spanish authorities had suppressed the rebellion, and Ecuador would have to wait until 1822 to fully achieve its independence. Today is celebrated in Ecuador as its National Day. On this day in 1846, Congress passed an act establishing the Smithsonian Institution. It was founded with a bequest from the British scientist James Smithson. Congress created the museum as an independent trust, administered by a board of regents and the secretary of the Smithsonian. Today it is the world's largest museum and research complex, with 19 museums and galleries, the National Zoological Park, and 9 research facilities. We refrain to comment on the ongoing attack on this national treasure. Happy anniversary to the Smithsonian. On this day in 1988, President Reagan signed the Civil Liberties Act of 1988. It provided payments of $20,000 to Japanese Americans who were interned during World War II, an act of restitution. Today we remember Leo Fender, born this day in 1909 in Anaheim, California. He founded the Fender Musical Instruments Corporation. Although he did not play the guitar himself, he invented some of the most important electric guitars and basses which drove rock and roll. He is responsible for creating the Fender Telecaster, the first mass-produced solid-body electric guitar, the Fender Stratocaster, and the Fender Precision Bass. Remember Leo Fender today. We also remember Jimmy Dean, born this day in 1928 on a farm west of Dallas. He was a country singer who hosted the Jimmy Dean Show on television between 1963 and 1975. Not only did he bring country music to a wide audience, but he gave Jim Henson of the Muppets his first big TV break. We remember Jimmy Dean mostly for the Jimmy Dean Meat Company, which still produces distinctive sausages, Texas style. Listeners of a certain age will remember that Jimmy Dean made his own commercials, touting his sausages. He cared about his product, and he often said, "Sausage is a great deal like life. You get out of it what you put into it." Remember Jimmy Dean today. Finally, today is Prisoners' Justice Day. It is a day of remembrance for those who die in prison or suffer mistreatment within the penal system. It was established on this day because it is the anniversary of the death by suicide of Eddie Naylan at the Millhaven Maximum Security Prison in Bath, Ontario. He had been punished arbitrarily with a month of solitary confinement. A year later, prisoners at the prison marked the anniversary with protests and hunger strikes, knowing full well they too would be punished. This Prisoners' Justice Day let us remember the great responsibility we all have for ensuring the humane treatment of those imprisoned in our name, and yes, perhaps the need for major reforms to our carceral system. And that is the Observatory, Monday the 10th of August, 2026.